And now they've even added an encyclopedia.
Awesome. I do my shopping at home,
Pay my bills.
And I can learn something new.
Prodigy now has a 21-volume electronic...
CBN's the only place to see Remington Steele.
I'm a man who enjoys impossible challenges.
It's one...
This morning, an earthquake at 4:31 West Coast time. Strong, jolting, and rumbling, it pushed its way through Southern California.
I also have to warn you as we begin this special report that what you're about to see almost defies description, and some of you may not want to watch, may not want to watch, may not want to watch, may not want to watch.
Tao doon. Kayo ba ba?
Meron nga.
Kayo ba ba?
Pangalan tinatawag sa akin. Pangalan ko.
Good day everyone, we are Group 2 and we will be discussing Chapter 2, the changing environment of organizations, that in this topic, it will present both opportunities and challenges for managers today. Okay, so next we have here is the contents, in which first we will be having an introduction, second is the diversity, third is the globalization, fourth, technology, fifth, ethics and corporate governance. Sixth is the employment relationships. Our objective for today is first to describe the nature of diversity in organizations, describe the different types of diversity and barriers to inclusion that exist in the workplace. Third is to discuss the emergence of globalization and cross-cultural differences and similarities. Fourth is to discuss the changing nature of technology and its impact on business. Fifth is to describe emerging perspectives on ethics and corporate governance. Sixth is to discuss the key issues in new employment relationships. Before we move on to our main discussion, let us have first the intro and define what is an organization and what is an environment. An organization is a group of people who work together in an organized way for a shared purpose, while an environment is the circumstances, objects, or conditions by which one is surrounded. The correlation between organization and environment is that in every organization, there are different working environments, especially in the corporate world or in any businesses, in which that you need to adapt on. Not to mention, by being a manager or a leader, you need to understand this aspect for you to influence your followers. Back to our main topic, we have here the 5 most important environmental forces, in which from the word itself, these aspects greatly affects the environment of every organization. So first we have is the diversity. In the diversity, it refers to the differences between individuals. Globalization refers to the internationalization of a business. Technology refers to the method or medium to create products or services. Ethics and corporate governance refers to the moral right and wrong decision making. And lastly, employment relationships refers to how you get along with others or how you influence others. And these aspects will be further discussed by my other associates.
Diversity, the variety of observable and unobservable similarities and differences among people. Types of diversity. Surface level can be seen directly. For example, race, gender. Deep level can't be seen directly. For example, goals, skills. Separation, differences in position or opinion. Variety, meaningful differences in a certain type of category. For example, knowledge, functional background. Disparity, differences in concentration of valuable assets. For example, authority, pay, status. Projected trends in U.S. diversity by 2050. Population will become older. Proportion of whites will decrease. Proportion of blacks, Asians, and Hispanics will increase. Talent shortage will increase. Projected percentage change in the U.S. labor force by age from 2006 to 2016. The labor force in the United States is getting older. For example, as shown here between 2006 and 2016, the number of U.S. workers between the age of 65 and 74 grew by 83.4%. In contrast, the number of workers between the age of 25 and 54 grew only by 2.4%.
Age diversity refers to the presence of individuals from different age groups with a particular organization or community. It involves recognizing, respecting, and valuing the difference and unique perspectives that people of different ages bring to the table. Age diversity is an essential aspect of diverse and inclusive environment, alongside other forms of diversity such as gender, race, ethnicity, and more. Like the generation, different age groups often belong to different generations, such as baby boomers born in 1946 to 1964, Generation X born in 1965 to 1980, Generation Y, or known as millennials, born in 1981 to 1996. Each generation has unique characteristics, experiences, and perspectives shaped by the historical, social, and technological context in which they grew up. Business case for diversity is grounded in the idea that diverse and inclusive workplace can lead to a range of positive outcomes, contributing to the overall success and sustainability of a business. Here are some key aspects of the business case for diversity. The innovation and creativity diverse team bring together individuals with different backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. This diversity thought foster creativity and innovation. When people from various walks of life collaborate, they are more likely to generate a wide range of ideas and solutions, leading to innovate products and services. Next is competitive advantage. This is particularly important in today's globalized and interconnected world. Companies that reflect the diversity of their customers are more likely to develop products and services that resonate with different market segments, enhancing their competitiveness. Next one is employee engagement workplaces, where employees feel valued and respected tend to have higher level of employee engagement. When individuals from different backgrounds feel included and appreciated, they are more likely to be motivated and committed to their work. This, in return, can lead to increased employee retention, saving the costs associated with turnover and recruitment. Last is Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. This federal law applies to employers engaged in interstate commerce and covers a wide range of employment-related practices. Over the years, the interpretation of Title VII has expanded to include protection against sex discrimination, encompassing not only discrimination based on biological sex, but also protection against discrimination based on their gender stereotypes and sexual harassment. Barriers to conclusion. The first one is bias and stereotypes. Implicit biases and stereotypes can influence decision making, creating barriers to fair treatment and opportunities for individuals from diverse backgrounds. Next one is prejudice. Prejudice involves preconceived opinion or attitudes about certain groups, leading to unfair treatment and hinder inclusion. The third one is perceived threat of loss. The fear of losing status, resources, or perceived benefits can create resistance to diversity and inclusion efforts, acting as a barrier to positive change. The fourth one is ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism is the tendency to believe in superiority of one's own ethnic group. This mindset can hinder appreciation and inclusion of diverse perspectives. The last one is unequal access to organizational networks. Limited access to professional networks within organization can impede career advancement for certain individuals, contributing to inclusion. Managing diversity involves creating and maintaining an inclusive workplace that values and utilizes the unique backgrounds, perspectives, and talent of individuals from different demographics. This process includes implementing policies, practices, and initiatives to ensure equal opportunities, prevent discrimination, and foster culture where everyone feels valued and respected. Successful diversity management contribute to increased creativity, innovation, and overall organizational performance. For example, a company promotes managing diversity by implementing flexible work policies, allowing employees to choose from various work schedules and remote options. This initiative accommodates diverse needs, fosters inclusivity, and contributes to a positive work environment that values individual differences.
So for this slide, we will be discussing globalization. So what is globalization? It is the internationalization of business activities and the shift toward an integrated global economy. These are the following factors increasing globalization. First, advances in communication and transportation. Second, growth by expansion into international markets. Third, control of labor, distribution and distribution costs. And the last one is increased international competition. So for this slide, we will be discussing culture. Culture is a set of shared values that help people in a group, organization, or society understand which actions are considered acceptable and which are deemed unacceptable. So for the general observation, we have cultural and national boundaries may not coincide. And the second one is behavior in organizational settings varies across culture. Culture is one major cause of this variation. So for the next one, for our general observation, we have Organizations and the way they are structured appear to be growing increasingly similar. And the next one is the same individual behaves differently in different cultural settings. And lastly, cultural diversity can be an important source of synergy in enhancing organizational effectiveness. In Gert's research, it states that attitudes and behaviors differ significantly because of values and beliefs that characterize different countries. In Gert's categories, we have individualism, collectivism, power distance, uncertainty, avoidance, masculinity, long-term orientation.
Individualism, the extent that people in a culture define themselves primarily as individuals rather than as part of one or more groups or organizations. Me over we, individuals are primarily prioritize personal goals and define themselves independently. Collectivism, the type of social frameworks in which people tend to base their identities on the group or organizations to which they belong. It's we over me. Groups matter most, prioritize collective goals, and define themselves through belonging. Power distance. It is the extent to which people accept as normal an unequal distribution of power hierarchy rules. Inequality is accepted, power gaps are large, and respect flows top down. On the other hand, uncertainty avoidance is the extent to which people feel threatened by unknown situations and prefer to be in clear and ambiguous situations. It is playing safe. Ambiguity is uncomfortable if rules and structures are valued and risk-taking is limited. Masculinity is the extent to which the dominant values in a society emphasize aggressiveness and the acquisition of money and other possessions as opposed to concern for people and overall quality of life. Winning matters. It is achievement, competition, and assertiveness are prized, while cooperation and care are secondary. Long-term orientation. A focus on the future, working on projects that have distant payoff, persistence, and truth versus an orientation towards the past and the present, including respect for traditions and social obligations. In here, patience is key. The future matters most. Delayed gratification is accepted, and persistence trumps instant gratification. These are the methods used to create products, including both physical goods and intangible services. Manufacturing organization, a form of business that combines or transforms resources into tangible outcomes that are then sold. Service organization, one that transforms resources into an intangible output, creates time and place utility for its customers. Manufacturing and service industries, though distinct in output, share a common thread, crafting something valuable. Manufacturers transform raw materials into tangible goods, while service providers deliver intangible experiences and imagine sleek gadgets emerging from assembly lines or the expertise guiding you through a museum tour. Both rely on efficient supply chains, quality control, and innovation to bring their creations to life. So, whether you hold a physical product or cherish an experience, remember the dedicated methods behind their creation. Challenges for technology leaders. Maintaining a leadership position, technology is the basis of competition for some firms, and it's also coping with decreasing cycle times. Advances in information technology. Advantages. Leaner and more flexible organizations, increased collaboration, improved management processes or systems. Disadvantages. Less personal communication, less downtime, an increased sense of communication and decision-making urgency. Technology leaders face a perpetual duel, maintaining dominance in a landscape defined by innovation itself, and navigating the breakneck pace of shrinking technology cycles. While advancements like cloud computing and automation offer leaner, more flexible organizations and enhanced collaboration, they also bring drawbacks of diminished personal interaction, blurred work-life boundaries, and constant pressure to communicate, decide, and react. Striking the right balance, harnessing technology's power while protecting human well-being, is the ultimate challenge and mark of a true tech leader.
and I will be discussing to you ethics and corporate governance. So, what is ethics? Ethics is a person's beliefs about what constitutes right and wrong behavior. Contemporary ethical issues talks about financial abuses resulting from rapid changes in business relationships and organizational structures. Executive compensation, environmental protection, working conditions in foreign factories, pricing policies, and pressure to balance profits against cost. Managerial ethics. Here down below is the table which concerns employees and organization. Employees to organization involves conflict of interest, secrecy and confidentiality, and honesty. While organization to employees involve hiring and firing, wages and working conditions, and privacy and respect. Both are subject to ethical ambiguities such as advertising and promotions, financial disclosure, ordering and purchasing, shipping and solicitations, bargaining and negotiation, and other business relationships. All falls down to economic agents such as customers, competitors, stockholders, suppliers, dealers, and unions. Managers face a variety of ethical situations. In most cases, these situations involve how the organization treats its employees and how employees and organization treat other economic agents. Corporate governance. It is the oversight of a public corporation by its board of directors. So basically, it is the system by which companies are directed and controlled. Governance issues talks about proper management of the business in the best interest of the stakeholders and independence of the board from the business, while the information technology issues focuses on an individual rights to personal information privacy and abuse of information technology. Social responsibility aims on businesses living and working together for the common good and valuing human dignity. Works best when integrated with the firm's culture, encompasses concerns for employees, the community, and the environment, and it can lead to higher profits and talent acquisition.
Now we go to the employment relationships. First is the management of knowledge workers, where employees who add values in an organization simply because of what they know. These employees that we hire in our company just simply because of their knowledge but not with their skills. For example, computer scientists, physical scientists, engineers, product designers, and such video game developers. And there are some issues with that. Now we go to the knowledge worker employment issues. They have unique working arrangement and performance motivation requirements and specifically tailored compensation packages. Since we hire them because of their knowledge and not with their skills, they have a different kind of relationship with the company, which they have a different arrangement in their workplace and they have a different compensation because we hire them um, with their knowledge and they give us their knowledge to add value in our company. Next, we go to the outsourcing or the practice of hiring other firms to do work previously performed by the organization itself. The advantages of outsourcing, it helps the firm to focus on our core activities and it lowers the labor costs through exportation of work. And there are some disadvantages of outsourcing. Out of job workers are used to train the newly hired foreign replacements and it reduces the job opportunities for our local employees. Now we go to the offshoring. This is the practice of outsourcing workers to other countries to lower our labor costs in our company, and it results in loss of jobs in our home country. It is also one of the controversial issues that we are facing today because we are hiring from other countries with a low labor or low low wages. We They tend to hire more from other countries to lessen their costs in their company. And next, it results in many of um job loss in our country because they prefer more people from other countries or foreign countries to hire in their company. Just like I said, they want to lessen their costs in their company. And second, we go to temp and contingency workers, where work for an organization on something other than a permanent or a full-time basis as independent contractual or an on-call workers. These people, we hire them for temporarily to hasten the work that we needed to associate to the higher ups or to perform better and accelerate. Tiered workforce, it exists when a one group of organization's workforce has a contractual arrangement with the organization objectively different from another group performing the same job. These and similar arrangements, of course, may pose new challenges in the future. For instance, recently hired workers may come to feel resentment towards their more senior colleagues who are getting paid more for the same work. Likewise, as the job market improves and workers have more options, firms may face higher turnover among their newer lower paid employees. Psychological contract. A person overall set of expectations regarding what he or she will contribute to the organization and what the organization in return will provide to the individual. Individuals contribute effort, skills, ability, time, loyalty in the organization. It provides inducement in the form of tangible or intangible rewards. The psychological contract describes the relationship between employers and workers and influence how people behave from day-to-day basis. Unlike the legal contract of employment signed by employers and workers, it's not tangible. At its core, the psychological contract is built on the everyday actions and statements made by one party and how they perceive and interpret by the other. See in the slide, the contribution from the individual and the psychological contract is their effort, ability, loyalty, skills, their time, and their competence. As for the inducements from the organization or what are they getting from the organization if they have psychological contract, of course their pay, their job security, their benefits, career opportunities, status, and promotion opportunities. And that's all for today. I hope you learned something from our presentation. Once again, my name is Richard Jr. Yapofo, the leader of Group 2, and that's all for today. Thank you.